In this episode, I'm going to tell you guys how you can go about getting your passport for your international travels from Nigeria. Okay, so if you're interested in applying to the immigration services for a new passport, maybe because you want to travel to Canada, to Australia, to New Zealand, to the UK, wherever you want to travel to worldwide, I'm going to be telling you guys about the requirement, the documentary requirement, the documents you need to submit, the fees involved, and the waiting time for you to get your brand new passport from Nigeria. So if you're interested in learning about how to get a passport from Nigeria, you're in the right place. I'll suggest you give me just 1 second. I'm gonna dash up to the market, and you guys already know I'm gonna be right back with more. You know the way I do it when I drop lyrical. Anytime I spit lyrical, philosophical. All the niggas mimical, but they stare still on taking literal. Punchlines collateral. Maximum damage. Hello, Chronicles. Hello, YouTube. How you all doing today? It's still your value-based king, Fuse from FuseChronicles.com. We are your number one place for anything and everything that has to do with travel, tourism, and lifestyle content. And guys, thank you so much, okay? We literally just hit 2,000 subscribers, and I couldn't have done it without you loyal followers and subscribers. Thank you so much. It's because of you guys that I'm still here doing this that I do every Mondays and Thursdays. I will not stop, and I repeat, I will not stop bringing you guys premium content that have to do with travel and tourism, okay? Now, like I said in the introduction, in this episode, I'm going to be telling you guys everything you need, all the documents you need to put together and move to the immigration office to process or to apply for your new passport for your international travels. Now, if you're interested in getting your passport, I think I have a passport somewhere here. This is an old one. Okay? The new one is not like this. I think the new one, I think I have a new one somewhere here. Give me a minute. Yes. So this is the new passport. This is the new passport, and this is the old one. So let me just do away with the old one. So you want to get a brand new passport, Nigerian passport done. First of all, you need to know that there are two types. There's one that has only 35 pages. So that's 35 pages. Okay, this one is a 35-page passport. And there's one that has an 80-page passport. So that's 80-page passport. Now, for this one that has 35 pages, is going to cost you 45,000 naira. So that's 5,000 naira. And the one that's 80 pages is going to cost you 55,000 naira. So you need to be mindful of this. All these passports all expire in 5 years from the date it gets issued to you. It expires in 5 years. So after 5 years, whether you're in Nigeria or you are in a different country overseas, you would need to go to the nearest Nigerian embassy or high commission to apply for a renewal. So to get another one issued to you that has been updated to the next 5 years, okay? Now, if you want to apply for this, the first thing you need to do is to contact the immigration office if you want to do this personally, or you could go to their website, go to Google, you can just type in Nigerian Immigration Services and you go to their website, you can fill an online application form. I prefer to use people. All the times I've done this, I used people. I just rang them up. Guys, if you want to get an immigration officer, okay? I have a couple of people in the immigration services who can do this stuff for you, and they're not even going to charge you. Maybe at the end of the day, you could just give them some minor stipend as a sign of appreciation for their good work. You can leave it down in the comment section. Say, Fuse, can you send me a contact for your person, okay? I'll tell you how you can go about it. It's not even difficult. So you can either fill a form on their portal, or you could call an officer of the immigration services. They're going to require that you send them the money, Okay, you send them the money, you send them your birth certificate, you send them your NIN certificate. Okay, so you know the national identity or national identification number, the slip. You're going to send them a picture of that certificate, your birth certificate. Now, your birth certificate is not your birth certificate is not the one you get from the hospital that you were burned. It's not the one you get from the hospital where you were birthed from. It's the one that is issued by the National Population Commission. It's very important that you guys know this. The birth certificate is the one issued by the National Populations Commission. If you go with the one from the hospital, you will have to pay money to them so that you can go to the National Population Commission on your behalf and get the right certificate. So you need to be mindful, so you minimize the amount of money you pay to these guys. Now, other things that you would need is you're going to need a letter of guarantee, maybe from someone in your workplace, preferably your boss or your mother or your father. You're going to have to write an introduction letter introducing you to the immigration services. This is Mr. Fuse. He wants to get a passport done. I've known him for XYZ amount of time. He's of good character. Please attend to him. That kind of letter. Yes, I know it's too much. I know it is too much. Back then, when I got my passport done, now this one here, this one I told you guys is old. When I got this one done, it was very straightforward. I went to the immigration office, I paid money, submitted the documents that needed to be submitted, and someone took me up upstairs. I met the boss, who himself took me to the capture room where they got my biometric data captured. It was very simple, and I got my passport on the same day. And I think back then, the cost of procuring or securing a passport was only 15,000 naira. It was not even expensive back then, but the price of getting a passport now has more than quadrupled. So it's more than tripled. It's expensive now, okay? So you remember what I said. You're going to need to get a birth certificate from National Population Commission, your NIN certificate, letter of introduction. You're going to have to write a consent letter, okay? You're going to have to write a consent letter, particularly if you want your whole family to get their passports done. So you have a wife or a husband and you have children who you want them to get their passport done as well. You will need to have a consent letter written. Now, when the consent letter just says, "Hi, my name is Fuse Chronicles. I consent to having my wife and children get their passport processed by the Nigerian Immigration Services," then you have to sign, and your wife will also have to sign. Then you need to get a magistrate court to endorse this. They need to stamp it that they also are a witness to the fact that you're consenting for this to be done, okay? You can do this outside the Immigration Service office. I don't know how much it costs outside, but if you do this in the magistrate court that is located around the Immigration Services, particularly for those who are in Abuja, if you do this near the Immigration Services, it's going to cost you just 1,000 naira. It's not even that deep, it's not that expensive, just 1,000 naira, and that is done. So I think this literally are what you need. Now for people, my people who have a family and they want their passport done as a collective, so father, mother, and children. The letter of introduction is going to be from the father, obviously, and is going to highlight the names of people that are requesting to get their passport processed. So if the father is also going to want to get his own passport processed, it's going to say, "I, Fuse Chronicles, I'm looking to get my passport done, but I also want my wife, her name is blah, 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 and children, their names are blah, 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 to get their passport done as well." Now, for individual applicants, so if you're going as a single person to get your passport done, you need to get a passport photograph taken, professionally taken passport photograph. You're going to append it to your visa application biodata form. That's what that passport is for. If you are going as a family to get your passports all done, the mother and father needs to take passport photograph for their application. The children individually need to take passports for their applications. Now look at this. The mother and father are going to have to append their passport photographs to each child's application form. It's very important, guys. Without this, you're not going to be denied, you're not going to be rejected, you're not going to be turned back, but you're going to have to spend extra money if you do this in the premises of the Nigerian Immigration Services. Okay? Now remember I told you guys, if you're doing your passport, your international passport in Abuja, and you need an immigration officer that's going to help you go through this process every step of the way, leave it down in the comment section below. I'll find a way to send the number to you. Obviously, I'm not going to paste your numbers down there because I'm going to be infringing on someone's privacy, okay? So I'm just going to tell you how you can get that number. Maybe you need to slide into my DMs on Instagram, on Twitter, and I'll send you the number on a personal note, okay? So these are the documents. These are all the documents that you need to submit to get your passport processed. Guys, it takes a long time. I'm talking about, because the immigration services used to have us come to the office located at Airport Road in Abuja. I know people in Lagos, theirs is in Ikoyi, but they used to have us come to the office in Airport Road, but they've since changed this. If you're applying for a passport, you have to go to the passport office located in Gwagwalada. Gwagwalada is far away from Airport Road, and for even people living in Asokoro, people living in Use, people living in Duse, Buari, Buarimpa, and all those other places, it's really far driving down to Gwagwalada. Don't worry, in the future I'm going to come out with an episode that shows you how a family member of mine went through the rigors of getting her own passport. Everything from the lobby. So you see the crowd of people that are waiting at the lobby to get called to get their biodata capture done. Okay, so if you go there in the morning from 8 a.m., it could take you to 4 or 5 to get your biodata capture done. And until you get your biodata capture done, you're not even yet on the way to getting your brand new passport issued. Okay, so you have to get your biodata capture done, then you know that, okay, my passport is on the way. Now, how long does it take? How long does it take for you to get a new passport after you get your data capture and you filled all the form, your credentials and documents have been submitted? Normally, before you, like I said, you get it on the same day after your data capture. Your biometric information has been taken, your fingerprinting and all that has been done. You get it on the same day. Now, the Immigration Services is experiencing a lot of shortage in empty booklets. So this is a booklet here. So they're experiencing a lot of shortage. Now, because of this shortage, it takes sometimes as much as 3 or even 4 months for you to get your new passport. Okay, but if there is a surplus of booklets, empty booklets, you get it after 6 weeks. At least from 6 weeks you can get your new passport. But if you have somebody in the Immigration Services, an inside man or an inside woman, they could tell you of a way known as an express service. You pay for an express service whereby you get your passport delivered to you in 1 to 2 weeks. Now, there's no fixed price for the express service. Express services could range from 20,000 all the way to 40,000. And there's another method known as the bypass method. Now, the bypass method means after your data capture or your biometric capture, they don't forward your file through the regular channel. They bypass the regular channel and they take it straight to the people that are going to approve it and then get your passport delivered to you. The bypass method takes 3 to 4 weeks for you to get your passport delivered to you, but also you're going to have to pay upwards of 8,000 naira for them to go, for you to be able to access the bypass service. Okay, all this is subject to personal one-on-one negotiation with the immigration officer who is handling your file. There's always an immigration officer that is tasked with handling your file. Okay, so if you guys want to know more about getting a new passport, I always say it, go to our website, FuseChronicles.com, we have an in-depth article that tells you everything you need to know about getting a new passport. And even those that even want to renew their passports, whether they're in Nigeria or overseas, there's an article dedicated to this purpose. Just go there and you see that there's more information that probably wasn't even covered in this video, okay? So I hope by now you know what to do to get your new passport, how to apply and documents to submit. The day you guys decide to go to the immigration service to get your passport done, please go with some lunch there prepared. Go with food, go with extra money, because it takes a long time. It's so slow that sometimes I just wonder, maybe it's one person that is doing the whole biometric capture, but there are lots of people in that office. There are lots of people in that office who are tasked with getting your biometric information captured. So go with extra food, go with water, go with drinks, or something that's going to keep you hydrated, because you're in for a long wait. As long as you're doing it from Nigeria, it's so long, because there are a lot of people that are being expressly moved, so they cut the line and they don't even need to fill a form. They're just all these high-profile dignitaries that are getting theirs done as well. They come and they just bump them ahead and they get to do theirs before yours. So it takes a lot of time to get this done. And maybe this video was too fast for you and you couldn't understand some points I was making. Why don't you go down to the settings tab, click the gear icon down there and modulate the speed to the level that is most convenient for you. And if you've done this and you still don't get me, then why don't you leave the comment down in the comment section. Leave your inquiries down there in the comment section telling me where you lost me and where you need some help for clarity, okay? And I'll be sure to respond to all inquiries. If this video was informative to you, if you got some value in this video, you know what I always say, go down, smash the subscribe button. While you're down there, click the bell icon, which is just right next to the subscribe button, that keeps you notified when we drop more valuable videos such as this one in the future. And somehow, if you got value from this video and you now know how to apply for your national or international passport, why don't you go on ahead and give us a thumbs up. Yes, give us a like in this video. It helps us more than you can ever imagine with the YouTube algorithm. It tells Mr. YouTube that you found this video valuable and you're going to find more people all around the world just like you to show these videos too, okay? And if you have friends and family members who are interested in getting their passports, yeah, they're interested in getting their passport, their brand new passport from the immigration services here in Nigeria, why don't you share this video with them so they stay guided on the documents to prepare and the fees to pay for their passport going forward. But if the comment section is too public for you, why don't you slide into one of our social media platforms, one of our accounts on the various social media platforms that we're active in. We're active on 3 social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And our handles on all 3 platforms are the same. It's up there at Fuse Chronicles. And in our next episode, I'm going to be coming out with jobs in the Netherlands that are easy for everybody to apply for, to get sponsorship, to move to that country for work. So if you don't want to miss that video, then subscribe, like, and follow us on our social media platforms that we're active in, okay? Like I always say, happiness is a choice. It's your choice to be happy, not my place to make you happy or the place of your parents or your friends to make you happy. It's solely your responsibility to be happy. So say yes and choose to be happy today. And if happiness for you is getting your passport if you're in Nigeria, so why don't you use this video as a guide to get the information you need to get your passport and to plot your travels all around the world, okay? And if you guys are interested, if you want to know more as to how you can renew your passport, if your passport has expired, whether you're outside the country or in Nigeria, then click on this video or the next video that's going to pop up to my right. It's going to take you to that video telling you all you need to know about renewing your passport. And until the next one, I remain your value-based king, Fuse. Catch you guys on the next cut. Bye-bye for now.